We know what you're thinking. Snails can't get any smaller. Its shell is only about 0.6 to 0.68 millimeters in width and 0.46 to 0.57 millimeters in height. That's smaller than the width of a human hair. Prior to this discovery, the title of smallest land snail was held by two species, Angustopila dominicae and Amela nana. Both are found in the same region as the newly described snail, which is in northern Laos, and both have shells that measure about 1 millimeter across. The newly described species, Angustopila psammion, was found at two sites near the border with China. It lives in a dry, sandy habitat, which may explain why it's so tiny. Dry habitats tend to be a bit more extreme environments than moist ones, so snails that live there have evolved to be smaller, which helps them conserve water. In fact, scientists had previously hypothesized that the dry, sandy habitats in northern Laos would eventually produce an even smaller snail than the two species that currently held the record. They just didn't expect it to happen so fast. While studying a different snail in the area, one of the researchers, Angustopila of the National University of Singapore, spotted a tiny white snail on a leaf. He brought it back to the lab for further study and realized that it was not only extremely small, but also a completely new species. It took several months for the researchers to confirm that the snail was, in fact, a new species. First, they had to do a thorough examination of its anatomy. Then they traveled back to northern Laos to search for more of them in the wild. They collected more specimens and brought them back to the lab for further study. It was during this time that they realized that the snail was not only smaller than the previously known species, but also that it belonged to the genus Angustopila. Snails in this genus are known for their very small shells, and this particular species is the smallest of them all. In total, the researchers collected 32 specimens of the tiny snail, all of them from dry, sandy habitats near the Chinese border. They named the new species Angustopila psammion, in honor of the Greek word for sand, psammo, because of its sandy habitat. But there's still a lot that we don't know about this snail. For example, scientists don't know how long it lives or whether it's active during the day or night. They also don't know what it eats. To learn more about this snail and other species in the genus Angustopila, researchers will need to continue studying them in the wild. In the meantime, they're excited to have found the world's smallest land snail, even if it is just a little bit smaller than its close relatives. After all, discovering new species is what makes being a scientist so exciting, and you never know what you're going to find. Maybe there's a tiny, tiny snail living in your backyard that's just waiting to be discovered. So if you're ever in northern Laos, be sure to look twice, because you might just see the world's smallest land snail. It's amazing to think that there are still so many undiscovered species out there, and it's thanks to scientists like Angustopila that we get to learn about them.